Top MongoDB Interview Questions for 2024. Now that you are here, you might have already come across our best programming languages to learn in 2024 guide.
But before we start moving forward, make sure to subscribe channel and click on the bell icon. Sprintzeal provides training programs, certification programs on their websites. If you're interested in them, do check out the links in the description.
Developers and designers for cloud-based applications are being hired based on their skills in solving. For this reason, it is very important that you at least learn one of the programming languages and master it. Hopefully, this article will help you understand and remember the most commonly asked and frequently answered MongoDB interview questions and answers. Now, coming back to the subject.
What is MongoDB? MongoDB is one of the most widely used document-type database management program, which is used for building high-level internet applications. MongoDB is also an open-source NoSQL database that uses documents with an optional schema. MongoDB is now most popular with development teams that use agile methodologies for document-based database internet applications. Developers use MongoDB to write code in languages like Java, JavaScript, C, C++, and Python. Being a cloud-native, document-based database service that works on the cloud and also supports AWS, MongoDB is one of the most widely accepted platforms by developers for building internet-based applications. Here are a few MongoDB interview questions that will help you head your interviews confidently and clear any face-to-face interview with ease. MongoDB interview questions for freshers. 1. In MongoDB, what are databases? In MongoDB, sets of documents are called collections. MongoDB then groups these collections into a database that can be hosted by MongoDB, but it is restricted to spreading the data of collections across other databases. Some database titles of MongoDB are as following: admin, local, config. 2. What does a MongoDB collection mean? In MongoDB, collection refers to the collective sets of documents or a group of documents. For a row in a relational database, if a document behaves as an analog in MongoDB, then the collection in MongoDB can be imagined as an analog table. Collections are not required to be in the shape of a table. In fact, even within a single collection, documents can have any number of shapes since collections have dynamic schemas. 3. In MongoDB, what exactly is a document? In MongoDB, a document refers to a key order set that associates object values. A document in MongoDB can be represented with a mop, hash, or dictionary. In JavaScript, a document is also represented as an object. And for retrying a document, passing a query filter returns documents and objects from collections that match the filter. 4. What exactly is a Mongo shell? The Mongo shell is a JavaScript interpreter interface to MongoDB, used to update data and perform administrative operations. Using Mongo shells, arbitrator JavaScript program functions, inspection of instances, and other operations like exploring MongoDB can be performed. 5. What function does the MongoDB profiler serve? The functionality of a MongoDB database profiler is to collect and display detailed information about every database command executed against a running database instance. MongoDB interview questions for intermediates. 1. Explain the MongoDB indexes. In MongoDB, there are special structures called indexes that hold a piece of the data set in a way that makes it simple to explore. The value of a particular field or group of fields is stored in the index in descending order according to the value of the field that is provided in the index. 2. Describe the GridFS feature in MongoDB. A specification called GridFS explains how to separate files into pieces for storage and reassemble them for retrieval. The GridFS driver implementation is in charge of organizing and running the file storage activities. Both the chunks and the file's metadata are stored by default in two separate files called FS. Files and FS. Chunks. 3. Describe a covered query in MongoDB. When the fields used for queries are part of the index used for the query and when the fields returned in the query result have the same index, such a query is called a covered query. 4. How much RAM does MongoDB require? Even a minimal amount of RAM can be used to run MongoDB. Based on the needs of other processes, MongoDB allocates and releases RAM in real time. 5. Does MongoDB support foreign key constraints? No, MongoDB does not support such relationships. MongoDB interview questions for professionals. 1. A high-level comparison of SQL databases with MongoDB. Tables, rows, columns, and records are the different types of data that SQL databases hold. This data is kept in a predefined model that isn't very flexible for modern, rapidly expanding real-world internet-based web applications. In Divergence, MongoDB employs a flexible framework that is simple to change and expand. 2. What is the reason for the enormous size of MongoDB data files? When you configure the server, MongoDB pre-allocates data files to save space and minimize file system fragmentation. 3. MongoDB charts. What are they? Integrated into MongoDB, MongoDB charts is a brand new tool for visualizing data. By leveraging data from a MongoDB database, MongoDB charts provides the finest method for visualizing data. Users can quickly visualize data from a database using this tool without having to write any code in a programming language like Python or Java. MongoDB charts is available in two alternative implementations. MongoDB charts PaaS, Platform as a Service. MongoDB charts server. 4. How does MongoDB define a replica set? Replication is the process we employ to maintain exact duplicates of your data across several servers. All production deployments should use it. If something happens to one or more of your servers, replication will keep your application running and your data secure. Using MongoDB, a replica set can be built for this kind of replication. A group of servers known as a replica set consists of a primary server, which accepts writes, and numerous secondary servers, which maintain copies of the primary server's data. A new primary can be chosen by the secondary from among themselves if the primary fails. 5. What are some utilities for backup and restore in MongoDB? Functions for backup, restore, import, export, and other related operations are absent from the Mongo shell. But there is no need for complicated GUIs or coding labor because MongoDB has developed ways to achieve this. In order to do this, a number of utility scripts are available, which may be used to import or export large amounts of data from the database. Among these useful programs are MongoImport, MongoExport, MongoDB, MongoRestore.
If you found this video informative and useful, we'll always bring new concepts explained for you, so stay tuned with Sprintzeal, and if you like the video, do share. If have any doubts or queries, do let us know in the comment section. Use the coupon code YouTube10 in our website to get 10% off on all our courses.